As summer draws to an end, there is one battle left unresolved. The showdown under the lights, on the most pristine natural turf wiffle ball field in the world, Zajdel Park. This year, two brothers starting pitchers, backed by some of the strongest offensive wiffle ball hitters in southern Michigan. The showdown, up next. And now, Zajdel Studios presents the 2023 Showdown Under the Lights.
It's not your typical fall Saturday in September, but nonetheless a beautiful day in southeast Michigan. Tonight, under the bright lights of Zajdel Park, Plymouth and Northville clash in Plymouth, Michigan. Hi everybody, I'm Michael Rosencrantz alongside Noah Drury. Noah, talk about a pitcher's duel we have today, the battle of the Porter brothers. But one we got to talk about is Evan Porter. He's been outstanding.
Yeah, Evan Porter, 13 years old, younger than everyone by 2 to 3 years that is playing tonight. You know, he's been very dominant, 1.2 ERA.
Youngest player, again, 2 to 3 year age gap between all these different players. How do you think he remains consistent? And more importantly, how do you think he deals with this tonight?
I mean, he grew up with Liam Porter, the other brother pitching tonight, 16 years old. He's always been competing against him probably in everything he's ever done in life. So this is probably just going to be another thing that he's just got to do, got to compete against his bigger brother.
Taking a look offensively at both teams, we're taking a look at two big bats throughout the season. One of them on Plymouth is Blake Kolb. He has 10 home runs, 14 RBIs, a 418 batting average, and a 587 slugging percentage. Taking a look at Northville, who do we got for Northville, Noah?
Northville, we have Joe Suter. Joe Suter has a 303 average, 9 home runs on the season, 17 RBIs, 303 batting average, and he gets on base more than half the time with a 531 on-base percentage.
First backyard wiffle ball game like this, Plymouth and Northville, just moments away. First pitch coming up next. Welcome on back to Zajdel Park. First pitch moments away under the bright lights here on a Saturday evening. Let's take a look at the rules really quickly. It's a 4-inning game. Should we go to extra innings, we'll have a man on second base. Pitches have a speed limit of 63 miles an hour. Pitches over will not count. All pitches thrown home must touch the strike zone at all times. There will be no leading or stealing of any bases at any time, and all other baseball rules will apply. Porter's ready, Fleer's ready, and we're ready. The first pitch of the game is fouled off, and we are underway here from Zajdel Park.
Just hit that threshold of 63 miles an hour, did not go over, so the pitch does count.
Second pitch swung on and missed, 0-2. 118 batting average for Levi Fleer this season. 1 home run, 3 RBIs. The 0-2, that hits low at 63. 1-2 on Fleer.
And you know, Fleer, he's a guy that's not known to be taken seriously, kind of been known as a little bit of a jokester, a little bit of a fool.
Swung on and missed, but that pitch is 64 miles an hour. 1-2 it remains on Levi Fleer. Porter ready with the 1-2 on the way. Got him, strike 3, right down the middle of the heart of the plate. 1 gone here early, and that's a great start for Liam Porter.
Yeah, 63 mile an hour pitches 3 times in that at-bat.
Here's Blake Kolb, 407 on the season, 10 home runs, 14 RBIs. He certainly got some power for this Plymouth lineup. First pitch to him. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 1.
And Kolb, I mean, he's arguably the best bat in the league. I think it's well considered.
The 0-1 to Kolb. That ball down low, speed of 67. That'll be a redo.
4 miles an hour above that threshold that you have to be at.
The 0-1. Beautiful pitch, but nonetheless, another redo at 67.
He's got to learn how to control that arm a little bit, get it down, but maybe put a little bit more movement on that pitch.
The 0-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. There at 59, that will count. 0-2 on Blake Kolb.
And Liam Porter's doing a really good job of getting himself into good counts.
The 0-2, well outside, 1-2 now on Blake Kolb. One and two on Blake Kolb. Porter ready with the 1-2. And that is bunted foul Blake Kolb shaking his head. He thought that was a ball. Liam Porter, that ball was in the zone. That
was going to be a strike by Porter. Really good pitch, had really good movement, was going to go to the bottom of the zone. Let's see what the replay. Yeah, that's bunted foul right there, as you see again with the closer angle. But Kolb, he's going to be back up there, and it's going to be a 2-2 count.
The 2-2 from Porter. Got him! Strike 3 on the outside corner. Beautiful pitch again from Porter. And again, picking up right where he left off.
Already 2 strikeouts already for Porter.
Here's Carson Ney. First pitch to him from Porter. In there for strike 1 down the heart of the plate.
Carson Ney is making his debut tonight, so you got to show out for Plymouth. New player on the team. Got to make a statement.
The 0-1 is in there for strike 2. Interesting pitch there from Porter.
Looked like almost like a Kobe Bryant fadeaway on that one almost.
Liam Porter ready with the 0-2. Ball outside, 1-2. Very close.
Very close, definitely. You know, Ney might have something to say to him about that, but it looks like he's going to keep quiet and just get ready.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed, but the pitch goes over the 63-mile-an-hour threshold, so it will not count.
Hit 67 miles an hour, 4 miles over.
Again, the 1-2. Outside, 2-2 now to Carson Ney.
Just hitting that threshold at 63 miles an hour.
The 2-2. Swinging a ground ball foul down the first base line.
First time Ney's made contact on this at-bat. See if he can keep working this count.
Porter with the 2-2. Got in on him, ground ball to first base, picked up, steps on the bag, and the side is retired. 2 strikeouts and a ground out does no harm to Northville. The younger brother, Evan Porter, taking the mound next. This was before the game, being introduced before the anthem. Just look at the size difference, between all these players and Porter. Evan Porter takes the mound, coming up next. Welcome back for the home half of the first inning. Evan Porter takes the mound for Plymouth. Joe Suter up to bat. 3-0-3 on the season. First pitch from Porter is in there for a strike at the top of the zone, 0-1.
Joe is the home run king. He has 10 hits this season, and 9 of them are home runs.
The 0-1 well inside. That hits him, but that will count as a ball, so it'll be 1-1 to Joe Suter.
For defense, we got Blake Kolb and Levi Fleer playing in the field today.
Evan Porter ready with the 1-1. Up high, 2-1 now to Joe Suter.
Evan Porter's throwing a little bit slower than his brother, staying at those high 50s.
Porter with the 2-1. Got the inside part of the plate for strike 2. Evens up the count at 2-2 now on Joe Suter.
Porter put a little bit more power on that pitch, hitting that threshold at 63 miles an hour.
The 2-2 up high. He'll run the count full. 3-2 now on Joe Suter.
Suter's working this at bat. Let's see how he can finish, if he can come up clutch and win this battle.
Porter ready with the payoff. That's in there, but the speed at 65. This pitch will not count. In there for strike 3 at 62. That will count as a strikeout. Evan Porter starts his game off with a strikeout.
Getting one of the top batters in the league, Joe Suter, strikeout. Something you got to do if you want to dominate this game early.
And here's Liam Porter, and oh, look out. Pitch inside hits him. That'll be a ball.
It's going to be this is going to be fun brotherly action here. You know, he wants to get his brother early. You know, baby in the house. Got him all those times. He wants a little bit of payback.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. You know, nothing wrong with a little bit of intimidation factor there from Evan Porter. The 1-1. Pitch outside for a ball. Ball 2. 2-1 now on Liam Porter.
Look at the size on the mound.
Swing and a miss in there for strike 2. Evens up the count at 2-2. And again, you can see that size difference from the mound to the plate. It is just really considerable. The 2-2 throws behind him. That'll be ball 3. Full count now on Liam Porter.
And Liam Porter has a .467 on-base percentage. Let's see what he does with this full count.
Porter ready with the 3-2. Swung on and missed, 64 on the speed gun. That pitch will not count.
Just 1 mile an hour above the threshold if it's just got a little bit less whip on it.
Again, the payoff. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Just at 63. Liam Porter draws a walk. That's our first base runner of the night.
Very good job by Liam Porter. You know, might be a little bit scared. Had a 64 mile an hour pitch. That could have been a strikeout, but...
Here's Drew Mackiewicz, also known as Drew Mack, as he takes one up high for ball one.
Taking it early, trying to get himself in a good situation for this at-bat.
The 1-0 to Mack. Up high, 2-0. Good hitters count early on Drew Mackiewicz.
Let's see if we can get, you know, a little bit of bats going this game. See if we can get these guys to, you know, maybe get a little bit of an offensive slugfest.
Porter with the 2-0, swinging a foul straight back. 2-1 now on Drew Mackiewicz, and he's been one of those hitters to kind of struggle at the plate, but he can make up for it as a pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, 3-0 on the season, .8 ERA, being considered for the most improved this year for pitching.
Count now 3-1 as that ball went low below the strike zone. Evan Porter with the 3-1. In there for strike two, runs the count full now on Mackiewicz.
He's been able to control the speed for the most part. He's had a couple pitches go over the threshold, but he's sitting at those low 60s, high 50s.
The payoff, swinging a foul down the first base line, out of play. It'll remain 3-2 on Drew Mackiewicz.
And he was in a 2-0 count and got himself into a really good situation. The third full count already for Evan Porter.
The payoff, in there for strike three. Drew Mackiewicz goes down. That's 2 strikeouts already for Evan Porter.
Evan Porter, you know, he's going to want to just play better than his brother. His brother got on base, and now he's not going to let him go anywhere, and he's going to try and retire the side.
Alex Lemon takes the first pitch inside. Also his debut today.
Alex is a very solid batter and very good contact hitter from what we've been told.
And there's a foul back towards the plate. 1-1 now on Alex Lemon. Evan Porter with the 1-1 in there for strike two, and Lemon falls behind 1-2.
Porter's, like I said earlier, he's been able to control the speed on these pitches.
There's a pitch way up high. That'll be 2-2 now on Alex Lemon.
Porter's already thrown 25 pitches this inning. Let's see if he can retire it here.
The 2-2 grounded foul down the first base line.
Seen a lot of foul hits, but we've had one ground out. Other than that, there's been no balls in play so far.
Porter leans in, ready with the 2-2, swinging a foul straight back. Lemon doing a good job of staying in it.
Yeah, he's making contact. He's just got to be able to drive it into the field and get on base.
Nearing 30 pitches for Evan Porter. The 2-2. Down low and outside, 3-2, and another full count for Evan Porter.
And Porter's been pretty impressive with how he's been able to put movements on the ball, but let's see if he can finally close it out and get one there in the strike zone.
The payoff pitch, swinging a foul straight back, way to keep in it for Alex Lemon.
Lemon's just doing a really good job of staying alive. You know, he's trying to get something that he likes. And Porter, I mean, he's doing a really good job of controlling and getting the speed.
The payoff in there for strike three with a clap of the hands. Porter gets out of it. 3 straight strikeouts for him. A walk does no harm for Plymouth. We'll head to the top half of the second here at Zajdel Park. Fans, we want to remind you this game is produced and presented to you by Zajdel Studios. From food marketing to commercial and live broadcast and television, make Zajdel Studios your #1 go-to for all your production needs. For 10% off your first media package, text 313-650-0310 or visit www.zajdelstudios.com. Now we have Liam Porter pitching to Evan Porter as he fouls it straight back. 0-1 on Evan Porter, hitting 177 this season. 3 home runs, 20 RBIs.
You know, this is Liam Porter. He got walked when Evan Porter was on the mound. Now Evan Porter's going to try and get something back on his bigger brother.
Liam Porter with the 1-1 outside, 2-1 now on Evan Porter.
See what Liam does, try to get into a 2-2 count.
The 2-1, drive to right field. That's a base hit. Evan Porter starts off the inning with a single to right field.
First hit of the game, and Evan Porter makes solid contact, drives it to that back right wall, and now he's on base.
To the top we go. Levi Fleer will foul it back, but the pitch will go over 63 miles an hour, so that will not count.
Struck out in his first at-bat. He's not been known for his hitting on the season. Let's see if he takes this a little bit more seriously, tries to get this, and try to get a rally for Plymouth.
Swing and a miss on him.
.66 mile an hour on that pitch. Definitely over the threshold. Porter, he's not as good as his brother as controlling the speed. He's been going over it a little bit more.
Low and inside there. 1-1 now on Levi Fleer. And the 1-1 swung on and missed. Strike 2. Great riser there.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely got Fleer looking a little bit silly on that one. Had a beautiful looking swing, but that ball just went higher than where he placed his bat. That pitch, 66 miles an hour, does not count. Would have been a strikeout if he hit 63. Liam's just having a little bit of a problem with throwing it a little bit too fast.
The 1-2 swing and a miss. That will count as strike 3. 1 gone in the inning as Levi Fleer strikes out for the second time.
2 strikeouts already for Fleer. Kolb, he's not going to try to strike out for a second time. Known for being a good bat. Let's see what he does.
First pitch in there for a strike. 1-on-1 out here in the top of the second. Scoreless game.
Starting it out early with the strike. You want to be dominant on the mound and try to make it as much or not have as much pitches as possible.
0-1 is swung on and missed, but the pitch is 67 miles an hour. That will not count.
And like I said, he's not able to control that speed.
The 0-1 again, high and outside. 1-1 now to Blake Kolb.
Seems like when he's able to put control on the ball with the speed, it seems like he's just a little bit more wild with it, which is kind of the opposite.
The 1-1 swing and a miss, 70 miles an hour.
That's what I'm talking about right there. He throws it 70 miles an hour, but it's a beautiful looking sinker type pitch.
The 1-1 on the inside corner for strike 2 at 62 miles an hour. 1-2 to Blake Kolb. On the way. In there for strike 3 on the outside edge. Another strikeout for Liam Porter and another one for Blake Kolb.
Yeah, I mean, very uncharacteristic of Kolb. 2 strikeouts already, known for being a dominant bat.
Here's Carson Ney. That will hit him, but that'll be a ball.
And Ney had a ground out in his first at-bat. Let's see if he can add a hit or get some offensive success in his debut.
The 1-0 swing and a miss. Great pitch down and inside.
Porter's starting to back off a little bit, and now he's getting in these high 50s. Let's see if he continues to do this throughout the game or if it's a little bit of an outlier.
Carson Ney grounded to first his first time up. That pitch in there for strike 2.
Beautiful looking pitch right there, and got it just 1 mile an hour below the 63.
Porter with the 1-2. Got him, strike 3.
And that's that fadeaway pitch again. I think that's his signature. It's got a little bit of swag to it. Watch this as he goes through. Evan Porter was able to get on base and get a single, the first hit of the game.
Scoreless game as we enter the bottom of the second inning. Evan Porter back on the mound. First pitch is fouled straight back. Joe Suter up again for Northville.
30 pitches last inning for Porter. Let's see if he can cut that in half. You don't want to have too much pitches going into this matchup.
The 0-1 to Suter, fouled straight back, and Suter quickly behind 0-2.
Him and Kolb known for batting, and looks like they're just not getting it together so far in this game. Let's see what Suter does here in the 0-2 count.
Porter with the 0-2, high and inside, 1-2 now to Joe Suter.
I think Porter was trying to just get some, Jackie stuff, trying to get Suter just to strike out early. But let's see what he does in the 1-2 now.
Evan Porter's ready. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Joe Suter goes down on strikes. He has his second strikeout of the night.
That's 3 strikeouts now for Evan Porter. His brother, he has 5. He's going to just try to match him, trying to always be one step ahead of his older brother.
Here's Liam Porter, first pitch inside, 1-0.
Porter got walked in the first inning. See what he does in this second at-bat. His brother, got a single on him. See if Porter can match that energy.
Porter hitting a solid .333 on the season. The 1-0 in there for strike 1 at 60. 1-1 now on Liam Porter. The 1-1, low and outside, 2-1.
Looks like Porter just lost a little bit. My bad. Evan Porter, we got 2 Porters out there. Just lost a little bit of control. Liam giving him a little bit of a just looks like he's talking to him a little bit, throwing him the ball back.
Evan Porter with the 2-1. In there for strike 2 as that just got the bottom of the zone.
Yeah, another sinker type pitch. And Porter, he's able to have command out there when he wants to. He's just got to do it consistently throughout the game.
2-2 ground ball left side. That's going to get through for a base hit. No throw to first. Liam Porter gets on with his first hit of the night.
Now both these brothers have singles, and Porter was able to get on base. Let's see what Evan Porter does in the bottom half of the inning.
Here's Drew Mack. Struck out his first time up. See how he can make up for it here. First pitch, kind of an excuse-me swing, fouled straight back. 0-1 on Drew Mack.
Looked like he wasn't even trying to swing. He got his bat out there a little bit, and he thought about it, and he was like, yeah, never mind, but still makes contact on it.
Porter with the 0-1. Outside as that gets caught in the backstop. 1-1 on Drew Mack.
Porter being pretty dominant on the mound, only allowing 1 hit to his brother. Let's see what he can do in this 1-1 count.
The 1-1 is in there for strike 2 as that just gets the top of the zone.
Very good command by Porter. Very nice looking cutter. Moves across the zone, just hits that top right corner.
1-2 on Drew Mack, trying to advance this runner on first. The 1-2 fouled straight back, just got a piece of it.
Just got a piece of it, and it just hit the threshold at 63 miles an hour.
Evan Porter leans in. Mack is ready. The 1-2 inside hits him, but that'll be a ball. It'll even up the count at 2-2.
Mack does not seem too pleased by that. It's giving a little bit of a laugh to the camera.
Porter with the 2-2. Swing a ground ball right back to Porter. Throws to Kolb, and he is out at first. Runner advances to third. Nice base running there.
Now we got a runner in scoring position at third base. Let's see what Alex Lemon can do. Struck out in his first at-bat. He's got to try and be clutch here.
First pitch to Lemon is down low and outside for ball 1.
Porter, he keeps starting out and just getting, a couple balls before he gets his first strike. I'd like to see him, as he throws another ball right there, I'd like to see him, start out and putting these batters into bad situations. He's still able to have success, but let's see if he can just, lower that pitch count. That's something we wanted to see going into this inning.
Porter ready with the 2-0. Swung on and missed. Strike 1.
Another beautiful sinker. He knows how to throw those sinkers and cutters. Lemon's just smiling out there. He knows he's got to get something going here, though, pretty soon.
Northville trying to capitalize to bring their runner home. The 2-1 swing and a miss. Another beautiful pitch by Peyton.
Just another sinker as well.
Porter ready with the 2-2. On the way. High and outside. Works the count full now to Alex Lemon.
He just keeps going to that sinker pitch, man. It's worked out for him most of the time, but he's just got to be able to just get it down and just try to be concise almost with his pitches.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Evan Porter gets another strikeout, and that's a great way to get out of the jam, Noah. Northville threatens, but they do not score. We'll head to the top of the third. Back in a moment. No score as we enter the top of the third. Evan Porter leading off. Look out. And a pitch inside to Liam Porter. It's kind of been a little back and forth between these two, Noah.
A little bit. Liam Porter probably not happy he didn't get home on that last bottom half of the inning. So Evan Porter got a hit on him earlier. Let's see if he can do it again.
A 2-0 to Evan Porter. Swinging a fly ball right field, but that'll go foul out of play. 2-1 on Evan Porter.
Porter, he's in a good count to get on base and get another hit here. Let's see if he does. Only a 190 average so far, but
A 2-1 is swung on and missed, but hits 64. That pitch will not count.
and we saw early in the game that, you know, a lot of pitches were going over that speed, but they've been able to control it a lot more here.
A 2-1 popped up to left, right to Liam Porter. He'll make the catch. One gone.
We're able to make contact once again this time. He's just not going to be able to make a chance to get on base.
Back to the top of the order we go. Levi Fleer stares at strike one at 62. Beautiful pitch.
Yeah, beautiful pitch once again. The Porters just seem to have really good movement on those pitches, been able to control the speed, doing a nice job here.
Pitch there is swung on and missed. Kind of looked like a little stop and start there
Yeah.
from Liam Porter.
You know, he hit it with that fadeaway. I don't know how you throw off like your back foot and still get 64 miles an hour.
The 0-1 swung on and missed. That just hit 63. 0-2 on Levi Fleer.
Levi Fleer, he's just not been successful so far this game. And he's already in an 0-2 count. Let's see what he does here.
The 0-2 got him. Strike three.
Very nice drop. That if I was on the field on that one, I wouldn't have swung at that either. That's just a tough pitch. Great pitch by Liam Porter. He's had a dominant start on the mound so far.
Tough night for Fleer. That's his third strikeout. Here's Blake Kolb.
Kolb, very good bat. Struck out so far in this game. Let's see if he can try just getting on base and trying to will this team in some offensive success.
Liam Porter with the 0-1. Outside, 1-1 now the count on Kolb.
Both the Porter brothers seem to just have those pitches where it just goes way outside. You know, and they're almost wasting them. Liam's done a little bit better of a job, a little bit more maturity. Maybe it's an age thing.
The 1-1 ground ball through the legs of Joe Suter, a base hit, and Blake Kolb gets on, and there you see where that best bat in the league comes in.
Yeah, and I mean, that was just pure speed off the bat as well. Great job by him.
First pitch to Carson Ney, swung on and missed. 2 gone, 1 on in a scoreless game here in the top of the third.
Struck out in his last at-bat, yet to get on base in his debut. Let's see if he can do it here. Definitely don't want to have a slow start or a bad start in your debut.
1-0 now to Carson Ney as that first pitch was at 68. That did not count.
You know, Liam, he's going to have those outlier pitches. We saw him hit 70 earlier. He has an arm.
The 1-0 is inside, 2-0. This is a good hitter's count if you're Carson Ney.
This is a situation where you got to make something out of this. You're in a good situation. Just need to get on base by any means now.
The 2-0 hits Carson Ney. That'll be a ball. Ball 3. 3-0 now on
I just
Carson
dropped the bat if I'm Ney. I'm not swinging at this no matter what.
And takes it he will for strike one. 3-1 now on Carson Ney.
You got to play this smart here.
The 3-1. Swung on and missed. Strike two. Liam Porter works the count full.
Yeah, Liam Porter, you know, had 3 balls to begin with and this pitch over the threshold. He's made a nice comeback into this at-bat.
The 3-2 well outside. He walked him. 2 guys aboard for Plymouth, and Plymouth getting a little something going with 2 outs.
Yeah, let's see what Evan Porter can do here. He had contact on his at-bat earlier in this inning. Let's see what he does. It's going to be a foul ball.
0-1 starts out to Evan Porter. Single to right field and a fly out his last time up.
Let's see what he does here in his at-bat.
The 0-1 in there for strike 2. Paints the plate at 61.
Liam's doing a really nice job this at-bat, not having anything silly.
That pitch will not count as that reaches 76 on the radar.
We told you he had an arm. He had trouble controlling it early, and he has trouble controlling it right there.
The 0-2 up high. That one dialed back at 54. 1-2 on Evan Porter.
22-mile-an-hour difference between those 2 pitches.
2 guys on, 2 out. The 1-2 fouled straight back. Just got a piece of it at 63.
Now Evan Porter, he's got to work this count as much as possible.
Liam Porter's ready. The 1-2, foul straight back again.
He's just staying alive right now. He's trying to get a bad pitch, maybe get into a 2-2, build a little bit more confidence in this at-bat.
2 guys on, 2 outs, 1-2 the count on Evan Porter. He's ready. The 1-2, swing a fly ball to left, routine fly. He'll make the catch, and the side is retired. 2 runners left on base, does no harm to Northville. We go to the bottom of the third in a scoreless game from Zajdel Park. Back in a moment. Welcome on back to Zajdel Park. Evan Porter back to work on the mound. Evan Porter was able to get contact 2 times at the plate, but just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, and I mean, he had a single in the first as well, so definitely a little bit frustrating. You had a runner in scoring position on that one.
That pitch reaches 95. That's faster than Liam. Having a little speed competition here.
Trying to see who has the bigger arm here as that one goes down.
The 0-2 from Porter. Fouled straight back. It will remain 0-2.
2 strikeouts so far for Suter, known to be a good bat. Let's see what he does here. He's got to get something going if he wants his team to have any offensive success.
The 0-2 again is up high. 1-2 now on Joe Suter.
Porter seems to have a little bit more zip on these balls, just getting at that threshold, and obviously we saw that 95-mile-an-hour pitch as well.
The 1-2 fouled straight back. It'll remain 1-2 on Joe Suter.
Suter, very good bat. You can tell by the swing and how he makes contact. He's just got to be able to put it in play.
Scoreless game, bottom of the third, 1-2 on Joe Suter. On the way in there for strike 3. Another strikeout for Porter. 1 gone in the bottom of the third.
And that's 3 strikeouts on the game now for Suter. Just not a good showing for him compared to what he's been able to do all season.
Here's the big brother, Liam Porter.
Liam was able to single in his last at-bat. Let's see what he does here in this one.
First pitch fouled straight back. 0-1 on Liam Porter.
Expect Evan to get maybe a little bit pull of tricks out of his sleeve. Let's see what he does here.
The 0-1 throws behind Liam Porter. 1-1.
Maybe that's not the trick that you want to pull out of your sleeve.
The 1-1 to Liam inside. 2-1.
He keeps going for these fast sinker type pitches that you see in pro ball, and he's been able to have movement on them and a little bit of command, but he just struggles to keep it, in the zone a lot of the time. You can see it getting wild.
In there for strike 2 at the top of the zone. Pitch number 63 coming up for Evan Porter. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. But that is at 68. That will not count.
It seems they're both related, obviously. Both have just, gone over the threshold, at certain points in this game.
Again, the 2-2. Up high. Porter works the count full.
Liam Porter's doing a nice job giving a little brother his challenge. The little brother, he's got to step up in this situation here if he wants to have a little bit of bragging rights towards his older brother.
The payoff from Evan Porter, swung on and missed, strike 3.
And Liam Porter just looks very disappointed that he even swung at that. He knew that he should have known soon as he looked back at the ball.
Went chasing for the high heat, 2 gone in the inning. Here comes Drew Mack. A strikeout and a ground out on the day for him. Trying to get something going here for Northville. First pitch to Drew Mack inside, 1-0.
Could just see it. He's just that close to getting it. And it looks like the less speed he throws, the more movement it has, but also the more wild it is.
The 1-0, little pop fly right back to the mound. Porter makes the catch, and the side is retired. 2 strikeouts and a little pop-up. No harm to Plymouth. We'll head to the top half of the 4th here at Zajdel Park. No scores as we enter the top of the 4th. Drew Mack on the mound taking over for Liam Porter.
Most improved pitcher on the season so far with the .8 ERA with a 3-0 record. And he's just going to try and close this game out for Northville.
First pitch to Levi Fleer. Soft ground ball back to Mack. Throws to first. He is safe.
Yeah, he barely just got in there. Alex Lemon did not get his foot down before Fleer got his foot on the cross that bag.
Fleer beats out Drew Mack for an infield single. One guy on, nobody out, and here comes Blake Kolb.
Kolb, pretty good bat. He had a single earlier. Let's see what he does in his fourth at-bat of the game.
First pitch in there for strike one. Paints the plate at 57. In there for strike two. Inside corner. Makes it 0-2 quickly.
This is not what you want to be in the top of the fourth if you're Blake Kolb. You've struggled today, and, let's see if we can do it again.
The 0-2 inside. Backs him up out of the batter's box. 1-2.
Yeah, just try and work this count as much as possible. Get as much pitches at this at-bat until you're comfortable with the confident swing.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. And Blake Kolb goes down swinging. One gone at the top of the fourth.
Third strikeout of the day. Just very uncharacteristic of Kolb.
Here's Carson Ney. His first pitch grounded back to Mack. He'll tag Ney. Ney is out, but Levi Fleer advances to second. Runner in scoring position with two gone.
See what Evan Porter can do. No more battle of the brothers on the mound, at least not in this half of the inning. Let's see how Evan Porter faces against Mack.
First pitch to Evan Porter, low and outside. 1-0 to Evan Porter. 1 for 3 on the day. Single and two flyouts on the day for him.
He had two at-bats in that last inning as well, and both were flyouts.
1-0 is swung on and missed. 1-1 there.
God, just look at the size out there. It's just so small compared to everyone else that's been in the batter's box today.
It still just blows me away to look at.
And he's playing really good, too.
Very good. The 2-1 in there for strike two at the top of the zone. 2-2 now on Evan Porter.
Porter looks confused on it. That was strike three or strike two. Looks like he just doesn't want to be in the batter's box anymore.
Porter's ready. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike three. The early single from Fleer does no harm to Northville. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Back at Zajdel Park in a moment. 0-0 ball game as we enter the bottom of the fourth inning. Alex Lemon, Joe Suter, and Liam Porter for Northville. Rough day for Alex Lemon. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts on the night. We'll see how he can make up here as he takes the first pitch from the strike from Levi Fleer.
Levi Fleer on the mound, 0-2 with a 5.29 ERA. He's looked as the team's second arm, but statistically not the greatest.
Fleer with the 0-2. Try to go submarine. Way outside. 1-2.
See what Lemon can do. He hasn't really had a solid start to his debut. This is the time where you can be called upon. See if you're meant for the big moment or not.
Pitches behind Lemon there. 2-2 the count.
See what Fleer pulls out of the... he actually has the sleeve on. Let's see what he pulls out of his sleeve.
That pitch goes up high. Works the count full.
Full count now. Lemon's been able to work this. You just got to get on base, whether you get a walk or get a single of some sort.
Fleer's ready. The payoff. In there for strike three at 61. Alex Lemon gets his third strikeout as he throws the bat. Not happy with that at all.
Yeah, definitely not happy. He throws the bat back to Suter. And you can tell the way he walked off after getting struck out. Just was not happy with that at-bat.
First pitch outside to Joe Suter. 0 for 3 on the day. He has 3 strikeouts.
Very uncharacteristic of him, as well as we said with Kolb earlier. Both are really big bats. These guys, it's just been a very defensive-based game. No offense, really. Let's see if Suter can bring some offense in the bottom of the fourth.
2-0 to Suter's in there on the inside corner. 2-1 on Joe Suter. The 2-1. High and inside. 3-1 now to Suter.
Suter, he's in a very good count here. He's known for his power hitting, 9 home runs on the season out of 10 hits. Let's see if he can drive one here.
The 3-1 hits him, but that is a ball 4. He walked him.
Looked like he was trying to get something to, choke up on the bat a little bit and send out Zajdel Park.
First walk for Levi Fleer brings up Liam Porter with one guy on. First pitch high and inside, 1-0.
1 for 2 on the day, drew a walk and has a single to left field, but now also had to strike out in his last at-bat, so maybe his confidence has gone down a little bit going into this one.
In there for strike one. 1-1 now on Liam Porter. 1 on, 1 out, no score in the bottom of the fourth. The 1-1. In there at the top of the zone for strike 2. Great pitch by Levi Fleer.
Levi Fleer, you know, he's got to be able to close out this game for Plymouth and try get this team, give them another opportunity and send this to extras.
The 1-2 inside to Liam Porter. Works the count even, 2-2. Levi Fleer's ready. The 2-2. Outside, very close. Full count on Liam Porter.
Levi Fleer worked it to a full count last time. 16 pitches already this inning. Beautiful cutter, but just got over that threshold. I think the first time he's done it so far in his pitching performance tonight.
Yes, it is. Imagine if that cutter was just below the threshold.
That was a beautiful looking pitch.
The 3-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3. Liam Porter goes down.
Looked like he almost check swinged it, but hit the zone regardless. Fleer, he's got one more out and send it into extras. That's what he's going to want to try and do here, especially with Drew Mack at the plate.
First pitch to Drew Mack in there for strike 1. Drew Mack 0 for 3. Strikeout, ground out, and a flyout on the day. 2 outs, 1 guy on for Northville. Second pitch is up high, 1-1 to Drew Mack.
Drew Mack, you can tell how he's out there. He just plays with a little bit of character out there almost. He has his personality on the field. He's just got to be able to hone in right now and try and get some offense going for Northville.
Pitch there up high to Drew Mack, 2-1. Almost looked like he checked swing again there.
Call him check swing Mac.
That's certainly a nickname
that
for
one
him.
He swung pretty aggressively on, but he missed it. It's going to bring it to a 2-2 count now.
2-2, 2 gone, 1 guy on. The 2-2 from Fleer. That reaches 82.
That had
that
some
pitch
crazy
will not-
velocity on it. That was just right on a pinpoint for Fleer. I think he just wanted to test something out, throw Mac off maybe a little bit.
A 2-2 fouled straight back. What a riser that last
Yeah.
pitch was. Oh, my goodness.
Mac, he's staying alive right now, trying to get 2 outs right now. Guy on first. Got to try to advance him at the minimum and also get on base yourself.
A 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Another beautiful riser by Fleer. That's how you close out an inning.
The one man on does no harm. We got bonus baseball coming your way. We'll head to extra innings coming up next from Zajdel Park. No score as we enter the top of the 5th. Extra inning rules. We have the man on second base, and that's Evan Porter to start off.
We got now Alex Lemon pitching, in his debut. He's got to be able, they're going to use him everywhere a little bit now after pulling Mac out, who's also been a really good pitcher for this Northville team throughout the season.
Count is even to Carson Ney, 1-1.
Debut versus debut here. Both these guys making their debuts tonight.
And what a statement this would be for either of them.
Yeah, in the extra innings, this comes down to the wire now. You've done it all game. You've had other guys on the mound and on the plate, get stuff done today. Now you're both coming at each other, and you both got something to prove here, and this is a great opportunity for both of them.
Lemon works the count full on Carson Ney. Porter on second. The payoff pitch outside. He walked him.
Now we got a guy on first and second. Oh, Porter's going to come off, go to the bat, and they're going to have, it looks like Fleer go out there and be on second base. Actually, that's Kolb.
Blake Kolb on second. Carson Ney on first. Evan Porter trying to get something going here with nobody out. 0-1 to Evan Porter. Alex Lemon's ready. The 0-1 inside hits him, ball 1.
Not a great pitch there by Lemon, just very low.
The 1-1 swing and a miss. In there for strike 2 at 59.
It's a very nice looking cutter across the plate.
The 1-2 swung on and missed. What a pitch by Alex Lemon.
Took a play out of Evan Porter's playbook. right there, you know, had his sinker and you got him to swing at it. That's what you want to do if you're Lemon.
2 men on, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Levi Fleer swings and misses, strike 1.
He's able to move the ball across the plate very well. That's something that I've noticed from Lemon so far.
The 0-1 swing and a miss. Got him again with the high heat. 0-2 to Levi Fleer.
And Fleer's just trying to swing it out of the park right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he let go of the bat if it'd go over the wall.
The 0-2 fouled, tap back behind home plate. Levi Fleer staying alive, 0-2.
Guys on first and second, you got to make this opportunity count right now if you're Fleer.
A 1-2 swing and a miss. What a pitch there by Alex Lemon.
Now we're going to have Kolb come up to the plate. You know, big bat on the season. He's got to be able to show that he's a clutch bat as well. Let's see what he does here.
2 on, 2 out for Blake Kolb. First pitch, swing and a miss. Down and inside, 0-1.
1 for 4 on the season.
Fouled straight back, 0-2 quickly now to Blake Kolb.
My mistake, 1 for 4 in this game. 400 batting average on the season.
Lemon ready. The 0-2. Down and inside, 1-2. Lemon
that was
trying
a very good challenging pitch, and what a take by Kolb. I mean, that's something that most players would swing at, but not him. He's got a great presence at the plate.
1-2 goes outside, 2-2. Alex Lemon trying to work out of a jam. Top of the 5th inning in a scoreless game. 2 on, 2 out. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with the high heat. And the 2 guys on will remain on base. What a job by Alex Lemon defensively. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Northville will have a prime opportunity to win this ball game. Back in a moment. Scoreless game as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning. Blake Kolb on the mound for Plymouth. Alex Lemon will get at second base. Joe Suter trying to bring him home. Evens up the count at 1-1.
And I mean, Blake Kolb, he's been known to pitch, but it's rare for him to be on the mound. But they got to put him out there in this situation, trying to close out the game. He has 1 wins, 2 loss with 3.44 ERA on the season.
A 1-2 fly ball left field. Joe Suter has done it. Northville walks it off with a 2-run bomb to left field.
And we were waiting for this to happen as well. Suter, 9 home runs on the season and 10 hits. You know if he's going to make contact with it and put it in the play, he's going to send it over the wall, and that's exactly what he did right there, especially in a clutch moment. That's definitely a confidence booster. Great hit by Joe Suter, and that's a way that you finish the game after it being not offensive.
Joe Suter, the hero in the bottom of the 5th inning, and all it took was that 1 swing, and he crushed it over the left field wall. Final score, 2-0 Northville. Back at Zajdel Park in a moment. And welcome back here to Zajdel Park. Final score, 2-0 Northville. Michael Rosencrans alongside Noah Drury. Noah, what a barn burner we had.
Yeah, I mean, this was just a pitcher's duel between 2 brothers early. We saw that through the first 3 innings, and, nothing really happened. We had a couple singles here or there. In the 4th inning, got a little bit more intense. And then in the 5th, Joe Suter, just great home run at the end.
And just before that, you can't count out Alex Lemon, and his performance overall was just spectacular, but the way to clutch up in the top of the 5th inning, that was special.
Yeah, and I mean, he was in a little bit of a jam there too. Fleer got a single there in the top of the 5th, and then he was just able to just get it done, get 3 batters out in the run. That's how you get it done if you're Alex Lemon, for sure.
Final score here from Zajdel Park, 2-0 for everybody here at Zajdel Studios. For my partner Noah Drury, I'm Michael Rosencrans saying so long. Have a great night, everybody.